Hey guys, today we are lucky enough to have my new friend Thien Pham, creator of Family Style, a really beautiful book out from First Second. Highly recommended. We're going to have a video of him talking about some of the work on this soon, but today he's joining us for Cloud Town Tuesday. So here we go. Welcome to Cloud Town Tuesday, the day where I share a page from my graphic novel Cloud Town and tell you about the process of making it. It's like a editor's commentary on a DVD. So here it is. Let's go. Let's do it. I'm here with Thien Pham, creator of Family Style. We're gonna look at page 16 of Cloud Town. I didn't want to put page numbers on, but then after I finished the book, they were like, could you add page numbers? And adding page numbers after you do 200 pages is a lot more annoying than starting with them. This is an action sequence for me, and because this book took me so long, a lot of these early draft pages are done years before, like later in the same video. But this was one that I was proud of. It's some of the earlier pages after I actually sold the book. My pitch was 60 pages long.
Yeah.
So this is finally, I cut out a lot of those pages, and you can zoom in on anything if you want to. But it was a fun like action sequence, starting to know the characters, showing this cool girl pen can like kick flip over someone. But yeah, it's an interesting thing because I do enjoy writing and drawing the way you were doing, where it's like a panel at a time, just kind of learning what's happening as you're going. But in this case, it was the first time I had been scripting something. So it was a 90-page script, and we edited that script over and over and over and over again before I went to do the comic. So we had a lot of the stuff banged out, but for me, when I write prose, I'm basically doing the plot part, but the ad-lib happens on the page. So once I'm having her struggle to pull a backpack out, then I'm like, oh, then it should fall on her face, and that's why she doesn't stop pen as she walks by. And so a lot of like the slapstick gags happen in the cartooning process. But
So you are penciling in colors?
yeah, so I generally was roughing in like blues and pinks.
Any rhyme or reason to why pink and why blue?
I just liked them.
I know, but like when you would use pink or when you would use blue?
I usually just start with one, and then I'd switch to another on another layer, and then go from there. This is not like one of the worst examples of me erasing the inks forever, but you can still kind of see me like noodling a bit.
Yeah, I see you changing the positions of arms and stuff like that quite a bit. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, like there.
Yeah, and it's unclear how much of an impact that has. But I do think that what you do with your really loose page one, and then moving on to the tighter, and then the final tight, like actually is like a huge time saver, and something I'm doing more now that I have one book under my belt.
How long do you think this page is taking you?
So up now I'm at 3 hours and 7 minutes, like not including coffee breaks.
That's how it tells you?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So you're gonna, if you look at your last panel, probably show you the entire
number
of hours you took for your book, which will be cool.
But wait, so this tells you even though you take a break, it just tells you active time?
Active drawing,
jeez, I didn't even look at that.
So I mean, like this is pretty good.
Well, 3 hours is great.
Yeah, this is good.
For a page?
Some of the other pages are like 16, and it's
Well, this one started off with some pencils already, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So are you also lettering in Procreate?
For this one, I was doing rough letters in Procreate, and then I was lettering in Photoshop. So I didn't actually know Photoshop at all. I never used it, but that's what they specifically requested.
Wait, what did you just do there?
Wait, I don't know.
When you drew off to the side, you drew a big pink thing off to this corner here. Like, you're gonna go back a little bit. You're gonna draw something over top of this wump over here. That's like, is this how you do it? Right there, right there. What is this? What is that?
I think I'm gonna totally redo it, and I changed my mind.
Okay.
I think I was just like, maybe it would be funnier if it was just like arms and legs.
I see. Yeah. Okay.
But
so you just kind of sketching that out right on top, right there.
And I was like, no, it's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's an interesting way. I've never just sketched an idea out right on top like that.
I don't know if you ever seen the show Monben. It's like, so I've seen a couple of episodes where you see someone just get in like a terrible spiral, like it's late at night, and they're just redrawing the same thing, and it's not different at all, and they're just doing, I've definitely done that, but in Procreate, like, you never like erase through the paper and realize you're going crazy.
So is there like do you play around with opacity at all? Or is this just colors, straight colors?
I do play around with opacity. So I originally was just doing blue, and again, like this single tone of blue.
Yeah.
And even the final book is just a 2-color book. So like this is a spot tone. It's not CMYK.
Yeah.
But at some point, usually late in these process shots, you see me go back and add grays because they requested it. They just wanted more depth with grays and saturation. Because if you do transparent gray over top of a dark blue, you get a 3rd color, basically.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah, and I also went back in and like kind of learned some textures.
Yeah, I see some of the textures right here. Is this just like half toning?
Yeah, just half toning, and then on some cases I'd use half toning and.
Is it a brush?
It's a brush, a half-tone brush, and sometimes I'd use the half-tone brushes or various brushes, and then use like the liquify tool.
Oh wow, okay. What's your when you do? Is this a half-tone brush you bought, or is it already?
Yeah, me and everybody who ever made a zine got heavily advertised the like True Grit.
Yeah.
And I got one of the books here, Too Tough to Die, or Tough. One of your fellow cartoonists is in it, and I'm in it also. And when I submitted my art for it, the editor was like, "Hey, like." You know, there's times throughout comics history where everyone thinks this new thing is like the future, and maybe it's just the demographic of this comic, but like I can really see that you're using this brush pack like real heavily, and so is everyone else. So like before we go to the printer, like consider pulling back a little.
Oh, that's like, awesome. Okay. That's so funny.
But like for this one, like for Cloud Town, like not a lot of people doing like middle grade novels were using it, and it's like a different aesthetic, so I think
it works. I think it looks great. Well, I love seeing your process. It's great. It's so different from mine, which is so interesting to me. For example, like this is a very manga-esque page
for sure
setup. You got like panels with a little panel within the panel, and like panels that divide in different ways. I can't even think like that. Like I just do a 6-panel grid.
But also your 6-panel grid has a lot of nice meat to like not every panel has a ton of text.
Yeah.
But like because you're pacing it in such a page a day, like it is a meaty read.
Yeah.
Because you have that like content or image.
But I do think that like this way that you're dividing all this stuff is like really making this action sequence super exciting. You know what I mean? It looks like it's full of energy, which I think is really neat, and it's like kind of hard to like plan out. So it's kind of amazing to me, like your little preparation before you actually start drawing.
I really enjoy this part of it. I like the piecing together the panels to like in an inventive way. That's one of the things I enjoy the most. My next project is going to be a web comic of this because I have a whole nother book roughed out already. But it's a tough choice when you're figuring out how to format for the web.
And
so I could try to make it more grid based. I could try to make it format for scroll better. Or I'm looking at like software to make it easier to like tap and zoom comfortably on your phone, stuff like that. So it's a lot of experimentation before starting that.
Well, that's cool. Software to tap and zoom, meaning?
Yeah, so the app that Viz Media has for manga is pretty simple and just tap and zoom, and you can look at pages
while you
pretty
read.
easily. So it's not as seamless as scrolling, but it also is kind of the best of both worlds for something that's also print. There is a company that sells like a plugin for websites that's mostly for advertising like shoes and like but people want to tap and zoom the shoes and like they can rotate the shoes.
What you don't want to just use like webtoons?
I think about it like the guy who does Spaceboy and a bunch of other people, they design their pages to be able to scroll and then like kind of Tetris together. So like that's another option. But I don't use webtoons a lot, so I'm not super sure how that would work.
Well, I think this looks great.
Cool.
Cool.
You got a dinner date.
Yeah, thank you so much for this.
Yeah, it's been cool.